Most supplements are useless. No. Shilajit is not testosterone, ashwagandha is not an anxiolytic, and the turmeric in your spice rack is not ibuprofen. If you come by here often, you'll know that many supplements are not effective or their effectiveness is completely marginal. In fact, biological potency is a clear differentiating factor between nutritional supplements and pharmaceuticals. People have high expectations for supplements, but the reality is that their potency is marginal compared to a pharmaceutical drug. Except for a few, there is a small selection of supplements that play in a different league. The right doses stand out for their ability to generate a clear biological effect that can improve your health, performance, appearance, or a combination of these. They're sometimes even compared to prescription drugs. In today's video, we discuss 5 supplements with above average effectiveness, whose potency has often been compared to that of drugs we use. Yes, obviously a clear and reasonable disclaimer. You should not stop taking any prescribed medication on your own. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your current medical treatment. Let's start with the first one. Red yeast rice. Statins are one of the most prescribed drugs worldwide. They work by inhibiting 3-hydroxy-3-methylglutaryl. CoA reductase, the enzyme in the liver that synthesizes cholesterol. However, many people either do not want to take them or cannot take them due to side effects such as generalized myalgias and muscle pain. You've likely heard of red yeast rice extract, a type of fermented rice known for its strong cholesterol-lowering effects. The key ingredient in red yeast rice is monacolin K, which is actually a statin. Lovastatin is chemically identical and can lower cholesterol by up to 10–15% from baseline. And this is interesting. We could say that red yeast rice, at the right doses, is halfway between a supplement and a medication. And that's why many professionals use it as a first step or as an alternative when there's rejection of statins. In a review of 93 studies, red yeast rice reduces total cholesterol by 34 mg/dl, low-density lipoprotein by 28 mg/dl, and triglycerides by 38 mg/dl. It raises high-density lipoprotein cholesterol, the good one, by about 6 mg/dl. But here's the key point. With the doses used in these studies, which range from 3 to 10 mg of monacolin K, what's the problem? Well, the European Food Safety Authority and the EXAM have limited the legal dose of monacolin K to less than 3 mg per day from supplements. Why? Because it's a drug. This means most red yeast rice supplements with effective doses are illegal or sold in a regulatory gray area. Be careful. If you take red yeast rice thinking it's more natural than a statin, remember you're still taking a less effective statin that can cause similar side effects. Not everyone knows this. I mean, you can get myalgia from this too, and with more uncertainty about quality because of poorer regulation. Second, omega-3 fatty acids. It's one of the few supplements that doctors usually use in consultations to lower triglycerides, when other drugs, like fibrates, are not well tolerated or don't achieve enough effect. Remember, omega-3s are found naturally in oily fish, cod liver oil, egg yolk, algae, and seeds. They are key for the synthesis of cell membranes, which is why they are so important in neurodevelopment during childhood, because millions of cells are developing. Correct. If you want a significant triglyceride reduction, the dose to use is higher than what we usually find in supplements and ranges between 2 and 4 grams per day. It's a strong pharmacological dose that requires a prescription, and this achieves triglyceride reductions of between 20 and 30%. In any case, if you need to lower your triglycerides, I'll leave this video here for you, where you'll find plenty of tips to help you do it. In conclusion, higher doses lower lipids more but may increase atrial fibrillation risk in some meta-analyses. Be careful. Any more questions about omega-3? Why do I hear you? Third, standardized garlic extract. Garlic is an ingredient found in kitchens all over the world, especially in the Mediterranean. Allicin, the main molecule in garlic, benefits cardiovascular health by lowering risk factors. Low-density lipoprotein drops by up to 15%. It reduces blood pressure by 5 to 8 mmHg in hypertensive patients. Sometimes, in fact, the effects of garlic extract on blood pressure have been compared to the drug atenolol, and in this study, it was more effective than the drug. Let's not forget that garlic also seems to strengthen your immune system, reducing the number of colds and their duration from 5 to 1.5 days. In this study, it seems that when we look at the doses needed to get effects, at least least 9 milligrams of allicin are required in the extract. Lower doses or low bioavailability formulations aren't effective. The fourth for today is curcumin. Turmeric is widely used in cooking and health, but its main beneficial compounds are curcumin and curcuminoids. Curcumin mainly reduces inflammation by targeting pro-inflammatory pathways like nuclear factor kappa B. Its anti-inflammatory strength is comparable to drugs like ibuprofen or aspirin, but curcumin may cause fewer side effects. In this study, 45 people with rheumatoid arthritis took either 500 milligrams of curcumin daily or diclofenac, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. And surprise, curcumin was more effective, although I wouldn't generalize these findings at all, okay? Is it a study? But it's also been compared with fluoxetine in depressive disorders. It was found that when the supplement and the drug were combined, the results were better than when either substance was taken independently. Has the same thing occurred with creatine and other SSRIs as this clinical trial shows? Remember that your mental health is closely related to your inflammation levels. That's why an anti-inflammatory diet that includes these substances is key to improving your brain health. 3 notes here. The bioavailability is very limited when turmeric and curcumin are taken in isolation. Adding black pepper would be a classic recommendation and could be a strategy. By selecting good patents, you address bioavailability and solubility issues. This advice about black pepper is a bit outdated now. And which are good patents? Which ones? There are several: Meriva, Curcumin, Curcumin, and Longvida. It's the only guarantee that when you buy a patented product, you're paying for something that will have a biological effect and will be well absorbed. Remember, the effective doses in the studies are at least 500 milligrams of curcumin, 2 to 3 times a day, depending on the study. Berberine is an alkaloid from various plants with strong bioactivity. It's notable for its antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antidiabetic, and antineoplastic effects. And as you can see in the image, it acts in a very complex way inside your cells, increasing their antioxidant capacity and reducing inflammatory molecules. It is mainly used as an antidiabetic to reduce blood glucose levels and improve insulin resistance because it reduces liver glucose production, gluconeogenesis, and boosts insulin sensitivity. Its antidiabetic strength is often compared to metformins, although metformin, the latter, is safer and better studied. That's why it remains a standard therapy for type 2 diabetes. Additional benefits include lowering triglycerides, blood pressure, and low-density lipoprotein cholesterol. The main risk of berberine is that it interacts with many drugs such as warfarin or thiopental, so be very careful if you are taking medication. As you can see, the line between supplement and drug is very thin. These 5 compounds have real potency, but they also have complex mechanisms and risks that you can't ignore. They're not here to replace your medication, but to show that smart supplementation needs the same seriousness as pharmacology. Which of these supplements surprised you the most? And which one do you think I left out of the list? Let me know in the comments. We read them. See you in the next video. Big hug. Keep empowering yourself.